All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to go in depth and talk about the file menu. Now you're probably wondering, why am I going through the main menu? What's the point of learning all the submenus that are part of the main menu? And I'll explain that right now. So when I click on this, you can see that the main menu here is File, and the submenu is New from Template, Open Recent Files, Browse and Bridge, Close, Save, Save As, Save a Copy, Save as Template, Save Slice, Selected Slices, Version History, Revert, Search Adobe Stock, Place, Export Selection, Package, Scripts, Document Setup, Document Color Mode, File Info, and Print. So you can see that the menus are complex and detailed because remember, when you're using Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, any Adobe Creative Cloud application, they're a very robust application. So they have a lot of features and a lot of things, a lot of moving parts to make this work. And so the reason why it's important to understand the file menu, the edit menu, etc., is because each menu offers something. And I look at it as kind of part of your toolkit. You know, if you're a carpenter and you're building a house and you have a utility belt with all your tools on it, a tool belt with all your tools on it, File is a tool belt that you have as someone that creates projects for print or for RGB or digital. This is part of your tool belt. Now, it's a very small part of your tool belt, but it's very important to understand what each menu does and how you can utilize it for what you're doing. Okay, so let's talk in depth now about the file menu. So the very first submenu we have here is New. So if I click on that, it's going to say, let's start something new. So start with your own document settings or from a range of document presets to get working quickly. Okay, so we can grab a recently created document and open that up and create a new document, or we can go to Saved. And if you have saved documents here, you could open it from here, or you can grab one of the presets. So they have mobile, web, print, film and video, and art and illustration. Okay, so for this example, since we're using Illustrator, let's use print as a great example, and we'll use letter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to inches so I can see what it is. It's 8.5 by 11 inches. So we're going to do instead of a landscape view, we're going to do a portfolio view or a profile view, So we'll open that up. Okay, so now you can see the document. We're going to close this little pop-up here. And so now we can use a lot of the menus that are available here because we created a document. Okay, so now the next thing I want to talk about is New from Template. So if I click on that, if we have a template, I can go in there and I can select one of these to create a document with. So for example, let's grab brochure. Okay, so I'm going to hit New. And this is a template that's defaulted when you install Adobe Illustrator. They automatically install this with the application. Okay, so what we did is we grabbed a brochure template. We created a new document from a template, and we selected the brochure. So I'm going to close that one, but I want to leave Untitled 1 open because we're going to work more with this as we talk about the file menu. Okay, so now we have the open option. Now, I haven't saved this document, so we're going to do that before we can talk about the open option. Okay, so let's do File and let's do Save As. And you can save it to the cloud or you can save it on your computer. For this example, I want to save it on your computer so that we can access it quickly. And all right, so we're going to call this Untitled 1 is fine. I'm going to hit Save on that. Okay, we'll hit OK. And then what I want you to do is go up here where the X is, click on that, and close out the document. Now don't worry, we're going to use the File Open option, and then we'll go to Desktop where I save the document and select Untitled 1.ai, which is an Illustrator file. It's an Adobe Illustrator document with a .ai extension. Hit Cancel on that for me for a second. And you're going to notice here that when you're in the Welcome page, you're going to see recent. So it'll show an untitled-1.ai file. So you can open it there, or you can go here, you go to File, Open Recent Files. And since this is the only file that we've opened recently, it's going to be available here. So basically we've covered new from template, open, and open recent files. So we'll open that up and let's continue on now. So we can browse in Bridge. Now I don't have that installed, but Bridge is essentially a explorer or finder for a Mac where all the files work together across Creative Cloud. So basically it's like it's on your computer though, it's not on the cloud. So it's basically a offline cloud finder or explorer for PC. And basically what it does is it helps you to work with multiple applications at once, okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is close. So let's click on close. And what that's going to do is that's going to close our project. Okay, now, remember how we can open this up. You can click open here, which I didn't even show you before. You can click open there. You can go to File, Open, or you can do Open Recent Files. So you don't have to go to the Finder or the Explorer on PC, and it'll be right here. Or the easier way to do it is Recent. So 1 minute ago, we worked with this file here, right? So I'm going to click on that, open it back up, okay? Next, we have Save. Now, I haven't added anything in order to have this option available, so here's what we're going to do. I want you to grab the rectangle tool for me, and we're just going to draw a rectangle, okay? Now, you're going to see there's a little star here next to the AI extension. Okay, so when I hover over that, let me hover over that again. You can see it. So you can see it right there, okay? It's right after the .ai, there's like a little star. What that means is when you have that star, that means, okay, listen, you haven't saved this file. We need to save the file. Okay, so if I make another rectangle, right? So if I go like this, okay, the star is still there because we haven't saved. So what we're going to do is we're going to go File, and we're going to do Save, okay? So now we've done a save. So now this document is safe because we've saved it to our computer and we're good to go, right? Okay. Next, we're going to talk about Save As. So think of this as a way to make a copy of this document. So let's say instead of Untitled-1, we want to do Untitled-2, okay? Or you could do Untitled-1-copy, okay? And then hit Save. And then we'll hit OK. And now we're going to talk about File, Save a copy. So that's basically what we did, but now we can make another copy. So it'll be Untitled-1-copy. Okay, so let's do this instead. Let's close out the copy. Okay, let's do File, Open, and let's do Untitled-1. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is do File, Save a copy. And then it will do Untitled-1 copy. Okay, so we'll hit Save, we'll hit OK. And now we made a copy. Okay, so that's what it does. And then we can save it as a template. Now, there's no real reason to save this as a template because this is just a standard Illustrator file for 8.5 inches by 11 inches. So the width is 8.5 inches, and the height is 11 inches, right? So that's already a blank template. They already have that in here. So there's no reason to add that in there, but this is where you would do it. Okay, and to create a template, they use an AIT, so that's Adobe Illustrator template. So the extension is .ait. Okay, so I'm going to hit cancel. Next, we're going to talk about version history. Okay, so save selected slices. We don't have any slices, so I'm not going to talk about that. Version history, okay, we don't have any versions. The version history of cloud documents will show here. So if we had this saved to the cloud, it would show multiple versions of what we've been doing. And basically, depending on the preferences that we set, which we talked about in the previous section, it's going to save every 5 minutes. So it should show an update every 5 minutes once we've changed something in the document. Okay. All right, next we're going to talk about Search Adobe Stock. Now I'm not going to go to the website, but basically what this does is if I click on Adobe, Search Adobe Stock, it's going to open up your web browser, okay? I'm going to stay in Illustrator, but it's going to open up your web browser, and it will give you the ability to search for Adobe Stock, which they require a subscription so that you can download Illustrator templates, you can download graphics, you can download photos, videos, whatever you need, and it goes across the board on all Creative Cloud applications. I'm not going to go real in depth on that right now because it's basically a link to that. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about Place. So if I click on Place, I can select a website and DVD menu, right? A template, and then I can place it somewhere. So I can put it here. I can put it inside the box. Okay, so that's what I did. Okay, so that's how you place something. Okay, we can export for screens, we can export as, and you can save for web. Okay, so if you want to save this as a PNG, you would just export for web, and then you'd save it as a PNG. Okay. Now we're not going to do that because the dots per inch, or the DPI, is 300 pixels, and for a monitor, it's going to be 72 pixels. So this document that we've created is for print. Okay, so we don't want to do that, but we do want to save. So if I hit Command S on the Mac and Control S on the PC, we're going to save our document so that we have everything saved. And then next, what I want to do is look at package. So if I click on package, what you're going to see here is we can package our project. So copy links, collect links in separate folder, relink linked files to document, copy fonts, and create report. So I can package this. So let's do that. And let's call this Illustrator Project Package. Okay, so let's package that. I'll hit OK. Let's show the package. Okay, so we made a package. Let me minimize this for a second. There you go. So let's open up the package here. Okay, it doesn't want to cooperate with me. That's all right. So it created a package. Okay. Now the next thing I want to talk about is scripts. So we can export docs as Flash. We can do image tracing, save docs as PDF, save docs as SVG. Okay. So if I click on one of those, it'll save the doc as a PDF, SVG, image tracing, and export docs as Flash. Okay. And then other scripts are here. Next, we have document setup. So if I click on that, we can set up the units. So if we want to do inches, pixels, points, etc., you can do that there. You can set the bleed up here for your print. We can set up the grid colors. Okay, and then we can go to type and edit that as well. I'm just going to hit OK. We'll leave it as default. And then we have document color mode. So CMYK color is for print, and RGB color is for, I say, for web and video, really, digital. File info, this will tell you what info we have on the document itself. It's Untitled 1. You can give it an author, a title, description, a rating, all this good stuff here, and then you can put other information in here as well. This is your information for the document, okay? And you can customize this to whatever you want. Okay, so I'm gonna hit OK on that. And then the final option we have here is print. So I can print this to my computer. I have a Brother printer, so that's going to show up here. And you can select to scale or fit the content to the page, okay, or do not scale, and then it will do whatever it's defaulted at, okay. We can do marks and bleed. You can do output. You can do graphics, color management, advanced, and summary, okay. So these options will depend on your printer as well. So I'm not going to go too in depth on that, but I'm just going to hit cancel. And that is the file menu in a nutshell. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. But before I do, let's make sure that we hit file and save so that this document is saved. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.